Hello and welcome back to another episode of Injustice For All MMA. My name is David, and this episode is for UFC Fight Night, Song versus Simone. First thing I want to get started is there's no honorable mentions, there's no injustices, no one got robbed, and it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. But I think what's even more important is this fight card almost had it was one round close from having an immaculate scorecard. This is the thing I've been looking for from the very beginning of me just starting this whole channel thing, of finally getting a scorecard where it's pretty agreeable to where you agree with every single round that's scored. I'll talk about some that people online maybe had an issue with, but this is going to be a pretty quick episode. Every scorecard that I have is in how do I say this? Is in line with every single judge that scored this on the night. But quickly, I'm going to go through a couple rounds that some people may have had an issue with online. So, Cowan versus Horth. That was the first fight of the night. 29-28 for Horth. All three judges scored it the same way. The third round was the one in contention, apparently, online. So, Cowan had 2 takedowns, which she did nothing with, and got outstruck on the feet. Simple round for Horth. I mean, for me, there's really no controversy there. That fight ended in a 29-28. You go to maybe another round that may be controversial. Can't find any on the prelims. You go to the main card. Borralho versus Oleksiejczuk. The first round. So, before Borralho gets the takedown, he's getting outstruck on the feet by, I'm going to say, like, maybe 4 to 5 strikes. Gets the takedown, pretty much just catches up with that strike number, and then gets a couple strikes on top. It's Borralho's round. 10-9 for Borralho in the first round. All three judges scored it the same way. That fight ended in a submission for Borralho. Real funny thing is Borralho went to the camera and was like, "Who says I don't get finishes?" Still, he's still a boring fighter to me. He's still an insanely boring fighter, and I hate to do this because I think this kind of devalues his win, but he fought Oleksiejczuk, a guy who isn't really filled out in that division. He's kind of like Kevin Holland in the sense that he's really good, but because he's not big enough, he can't deter Borralho's takedowns. It's really convenient how Borralho now wants to fight Brunson, where basically where he can kind of strike better than him, and he will most likely take him down pretty easily. So, I mean, great job for Borralho. The reason why this card is not an immaculate scorecard, the thing that I've been searching for, is we go to the main event where it was Song versus Simone. This fight ended in a TKO in the 5th round. Good job to Song, but it comes down to the very first round. So in the very first round, Simone outstruck Song by about 2 strikes. That was my calculation, by about 2 strikes. I don't want to say this is the wrong scorecard. I don't want to say like they scored it wrong. It's so close on strikes that I can't argue it in my favor, so I just have to do the thing where I just say, oh well, like it is what it is. Personally, I wish they would have scored it for Simone, because I know he outstruck him, but it is what it is. In that first round, Mike Bell scored the first round for Song, 10-9. Saul Diamata had a 10-9 for Simone, and then Chris Lee had a 10-9 for Yadong. Every other round after that all belonged to Yadong. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I would have been much happier if all of them just gave that first round to Simone. He outstruck Simone. Simone outstruck Song in that first round, but in the end, it really doesn't matter. I mean, it matters to me, but in the end, it doesn't matter. So that's it. That's all I have. There's nothing else to talk about other than Chris Tione is an annoying ref who just shouts, "Don't touch the cage," and stops fights early. And Herb Dean is annoyed at anytime someone challenges him because for some reason, when Song Yadong wants to lead head first and Simone's like, dude, he did that like twice, Herb's like, okay, all right, yeah, I'll talk to him, like reluctantly. So other than that, it was a pretty good night of fights. Went by pretty smoothly, and that's about it. Thank you all for listening. If you like what you heard, please subscribe. That would greatly help the channel, and God bless.